What's up, folks? New details have emerged for Honkai Star Rail, and we're gonna get straight to it. So, the second closed beta is coming up this week for those who have been accepted. I'm happy to say that I have been invited to the second closed beta, and so I want to just give you folks a little quick overview of what I've now, come across. And so once the beta does begin, and I've dived deeper into the actual game itself physically, be sure to look forward to all the information I'll be dropping, because I'll be definitely giving you folks a lot of details about the game once I'm in. So for now, we have a gameplay overview of at least of these two particular modes. So right now, I've read over pretty much the entire section of the article, and from what it seems, this seems like a separate mode. That is a separate mode from that of the Abyss. This is now going to be an additional set of modes that players can embark on when they're in the closed beta, and presumably the full version of the game. Now, mind you, this is a closed beta, and so all of this is subject to change, including the actual modes themselves. But from what I'm seeing here, this new mode, the simulated universe, is an independent virtual space, we'll read right here, that randomly generates virtual enemies and maps in the form of code. And blessings, Eon's blessings, can be earned when enemies are defeated, which provide powerful buffs. And so players can then download character codes using the downloader before starting combat and embark on a journey into the virtual unknown with them. Bolster your team's strengths by accumulating more blessings. So from what I'm reading here, it has two modes. It has exploration mode and challenge mode. And as you can see, to do this particular challenge, you'll have to enter Herta's room. And so once you enter Herta's room, you're then prompted to choose between exploration mode and challenge mode. And challenge mode seems to be a mode in which players enter the game, this virtual universe, and you are then given objectives to then, of course, complete. So this to me feels like a survival mode, where players are thrown into a virtual world where they have to constantly defeat enemies, going up every single floor until they get to perhaps the final floor where you earn a lot of points. So right here says, during the course of the game, Trailblazers can disrupt or end the universe program. If end and finalize is chosen, you'll be brought directly to the reward finalization screen, which is probably right here. If save and exit is chosen, progress will be saved. Saving after challenge completion will save all blessings earned in the current simulated universe run, which can then be used in challenge mode. So yeah, to me, when I read this, it does feel like an extension of what the Abyss is. So I don't think that Honkai Star Rail is going to be taking away the Abyss format of Honkai Star Rail. I'm sure that's going to be a standalone on its own, but this mode right here seems to be a mode where players, if you're looking to have an additional challenge, so for example, if you've say cleared the Abyss, this universe, or this simulated universe rather, will allow players to then take their skills to the next level and further just benefit from endgame content. And I think this is really awesome, because one thing that Genshin and perhaps even Honkai even sometimes lacks is a strong endgame. And this endgame content being the universe, and what we'll see soon is the Fight Club, having two additional modes alongside the Abyss is fantastic. This means that players will have more to do after completing the Abyss, and therefore further, as I said, strategize and come up with new ideas for team building and just challenge themselves to earn more rewards for perhaps even unlocking characters, unlocking other buffs, so on and so forth. So I'll read through this again. So Herta bonds can be earned from simulated universe runs. These can be exchanged for rewards at the exchange shop. Herta collector coins may also be earned and can be inserted into the coin gacha machine for random rewards. Also, periodic assignments related to the simulated universe are reset each week. Complete these periodic assignments to earn even more rewards. So this is an awesome addition, because it kind of sounds similar to like the again, Elysian Realm and Honkai Impact the Third, for those who played it. I haven't really dived deep into that game, so I don't know much about it, but I have heard of the Elysian Realm. And so these two modes do kind of give off that type of vibe where players can earn additional rewards outside of the Abyss, and these rewards, that being these collector coins, they can be inserted into a coin gacha machine. So whatever those random rewards are, I'm not too sure about. Obviously, I'll find out once I go into the beta. But then it also talks about the assignments being reset. So this is also really exciting because now it's saying every time you go into this universe of simulation, you will be rewarded every single week with something brand new, which is awesome. So this right here shows that you've completed the universe simulation and that you hit the final floor and that you obtained curios and blessings. And then these blessings you obviously use, like I said, to exchange or at least buff your team. So it says, in the universe, enemies and maps will not be revealed before entering the next floor, which again is quite straightforward. Before starting a challenge, Trailblazers can preview the main enemy weaknesses of the current universe and choose to download the data of a companion that best counters these weaknesses and form their own teams. Many goodies are hidden all over these maps, including chests, interpreters, and more. They may be hidden at junctions, turns, perhaps even right behind monsters, all of which await the Trailblazers' discovery. Why? One might even run into a companion's virtual simulation. So a companion's virtual simulation, I'm guessing, could be like a friend's virtual simulation. I'm not too sure what that really means. Again, I'll find out more about that once we get into the actual second closed beta. But this is really interesting because it does suggest that you will be able to fight other simulations of your companions, or I guess your friends, which is awesome. It just adds more depth to the actual mode itself. And then it says running abandoned code. So additionally, the virtual Eons will grant blessings upon defeating enemies or running abandoned code. Trailblazers can choose the blessings that best fit their lineup and character traits in the team to enhance their strengths. So this goes right back up to this screen where you obtain blessings, which then you can use to, again, create surprising effects or enhance their strengths. So it says different blessing combinations may bring about surprising effects. That's not all that virtual Eons can do. They can also provide Eon Intervention as a support ability during battle to assist Trailblazers in combat. The Eon Intervention level increases as you venture deeper into the universe. As the universe gets updated, that sounds like a pretty cool thing, the virtual Eon's powers will vary with the different paths, and so will their powers of intervention. So I'm assuming on this weekly basis, and that the universe constantly gets updated, this will then allow players to once again have new challenges to discover and embark on, which is also really interesting. So Eon Intervention. Trailblazing the universe is hard, tough work, and one should avoid burning out. That is why the kind herder prepared a rest area for Trailblazers. Here you can use the cosmic fragments looted from defeated enemies to exchange for curios with special buffs or revive fallen companions. So as we saw earlier in the screenshot here, you earn curios. Okay. And this curios you can exchange for buffs for your team or to revive fallen. This is honestly pretty cool. So again, this seems like a mode where you're constantly being thrown challenges and you, the player, have to come up with unique strategies every week because it obviously changes. And so because there's so much to offer, because there's so much to do to earn a high score, you can use this rest area to then, again, maybe take a break, come up with new ideas, strategies, and then boom, you can obtain new scores, new rewards as you go forward. And then you have the curios. Okay, now the real action begins. Okay, so now that we're done with nitty gritty, everyone must be eager to experience the actual combat. So the companions for this battle are Danheng, Bronya, Asa, and Natasha. This lineup's main strategy utilizes Bronya and Asa's abilities to allow the main damage dealer Danheng to continuously increase his action bar and dish out damage over multiple turns. Danheng may be a single target attacker, but when this action is advanced multiple times and paired with Danheng's superiority of reach talent, wind resistance penetration will also be increased, bringing about massive damage. Therefore, we must choose a blessing that increases speed. Okay, cool. So they've given you like a pre-assigned team, I'm guessing, or companions, which, okay, this goes back to what we're seeing here. So companions going back up to what I just read earlier with companions, you might fight them. So yeah, one might even run into a companion's virtual simulation. Okay, interesting. So you might run into a companion that is Dan Heng, Branya, Asta, Natasha, at least for this battle. Okay, interesting. On that note, okay, so once again, this universe is like a simulation of perhaps what you'd expect in an abyss, and then they're putting it in this particular mode so players can perhaps come up with new ways to test their skills, new tactical abilities, earn buffs, and of course additional rewards, which can then be used to unlock gacha rewards in the coin gacha. So this is cool. This is an awesome additional feature that I feel would be amazing endgame content, because as I said before, the abyss in Genshin is just very like one-dimensional. Once you beat it, there's nothing much else to do aside from the events that come up, let's say on a bi-weekly or monthly basis. But if this is a permanent fixture in Honkai Star Rail, this is fantastic news. This is amazing. And then now we have a second event, or a second challenge event, which is the Fight Club. And this is about earning top scores. So next comes up the gameplay introduction to Fight Club, a unique challenge event where you use system assigned characters, so I guess this is predetermined characters, to face your opponents and earn points. Rewards are earned according to your score and are divided into several tiers. Attain the required score for each tier to claim a one-time reward. Fight Club also has a rating system. Points earned by Trailblazers are divided into 4 levels, so let's all work hard to reach the top. So this is where I think the Elysian Realm comparison comes in, because again, it is all about like you're walking up a flight of stairs, and each flight of stairs has a new challenge, and you, the character, or you, the player rather, have to then come up with new techniques and optimizing the mechanics that are on each stage. So for example, it says different stages have their own special mechanics, such as character charging efficiency increased by 20%. So this is kind of like the, you know, when you go into the abyss, for example, right, you have like these 2 pop-up screens where it says, you know, crit rate damage increased by this percent, or you have like elemental damage plus 18. This has a very similar mechanic where different stages will give you an RNG. I'm assuming it's RNG, and different stages have their own mechanic where you can then take advantage of that mechanic. And so making sure to choose your lineup carefully will be the best option going forward. So that is really cool. So yeah, the Fight Club is a challenge event that vastly differs from ordinary stages. Let me just put this music back on because it definitely just stopped. So yeah, this is really cool. I'm really impressed. You can try out different characters that you wouldn't normally use. Who knows, one of these characters may just blow your expectations. Awesome. So it does say it provides you a multitude of trial characters, which is awesome. That means you get to test characters out before they actually come out. Or let's say if you wanted to roll for a character, now you have this opportunity to try them before you roll for them, which gives you more information about their kit, which is awesome. Team screen. So yeah, Fight Club is less about defeating enemies as quickly as possible and more about fulfilling the bonus conditions of each stage for maximum points. Trailblazers can challenge Fight Club stages unlimited number of times. This is important. Unlimited number of times to try to fulfill the bonus conditions for even better scores and rewards. In other words, you don't have to worry about failure. Venture forth and try every trick in the book. For example, you could try changing up the timing on when to use an ultimate, or switching attack targets, and so on. Fantastic. This is really what a lot of players have been asking for in terms of just an additional piece of endgame content that can really be exciting. It tests your skills, and because you basically have like an unlimited number of attempts, this really does help you to train your mind, to test out new characters, come up with new team compositions and strategies to ensure that the mechanics you use on each stage can then be fulfilled, and thus you gain more rewards long term, which is, again, that's really incredible stuff. And so if all of this does remain in the final game, because remember, mind you, this is the second closed beta, and so we're, you know, nothing is for sure set in stone. Everything is subject to change, and so I'm hoping they do stay. You know, I'm hoping that these modes do become a permanent fixture in Honkai Star Rail. And so From what I'm seeing, again, these two modes are awesome because they're both endgame content that allow players to really further develop a understanding of the game's mechanics, the game's characters, and in doing so, you're being rewarded exponentially with coins for gacha. You get blessings that you can use to buff your characters, and that to me is an amazing experience. That means that players who really love to sit down and test their wits will have an amazing experience and not just have to worry so much about the abyss and that's it. At least now, once you've completed the abyss, depending how long it is, of course, then players can now jump into the fight club, or they can jump into the actual simulation. So the way I see it is this: the simulation is helping you to better understand and grasp the game and its overall mechanics, and you're getting rewarded for that. And then the fight club is where you can take all that you've learned and apply that to this greater challenge, because I'm assuming there's going to be stronger enemies in the fight club. So if that is the case, again, fantastic news. I'm very excited for it. So once again, I'm stoked. I'm looking forward to this. This will be a great way to, I don't know, just create content too, because this is like a high score type of ordeal. Players can use this as an opportunity to post on their social media to like say, hey, I got this high score. And this really can create a lot more strong community involvement, which I think is really vital to a game's success. So again, I'm hype. Hope you guys are hype. Look forward to more details coming for this game once I drop more videos for the closed beta. Look forward to that, and I'll see you folks on the next video. Let me know what you folks think down below of these new modes inside Honkai Star Rail. I was gonna say Honkai Fight Club. But yeah, let me know what you folks think in the comment section below. And as always, you know, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you folks on the next one. Peace.